Hello, folks. Hello. Is that right in the way? It looks like it is. Oh, no, can't really tell. The glare looks like my thing is in the way, so I couldn't really tell. But it looks like it really is. So sorry about that. That's a little bit better. I don't know. Anyways, hope you guys are having a blessed Tuesday. It is Christmas Eve for the folks out there celebrating. I stayed for my whole shift, and it really, actually, today was not bad. The parking lot is definitely not jumping today. I'll tell you that. A lot of folks took some time off. I wasn't one of them. Most of my team was there. Actually, all of my team was there except one person, so they're actually taking some time off, recovering. So, anyways, today was a really good day. And we are on day 24. No sweets. Still holding strong. So, yeah. Actually, wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Surprisingly. I was expecting to be like cravings out the wazoo. And I didn't get none of that. So, very happy about that. Very happy, very pleased. And can't complain. Cannot complain whatsoever. Hear people talk about, like, does it do anything good to complain? Yeah, maybe so, but it feels good at the time to be able to do it. But yeah, today was a successful one, and got a chance to follow up on some stuff that needed for the other area that I was covering, and it all worked out. Also happy about that. I am very happy when I can get items in that are very important to the department that utilizes it, that they can do their job. So, being able to do that, hey, it's what I got hired for. Glad I can do it. And, give them those results, give them those answers that they're looking for. So, I wanted to share a story today, and that story, it is a Christmas story, and I was thinking about it over the weekend, because I was like, what can I talk about for the holiday season? And I was remembering of a childhood memory where I happened to be visiting some cousins that lived in East St. Louis, and at the time, we would usually always go visit them. This is on my mom's side of the family, and we would go visit her sisters and their kids. So my cousins, my aunties, we would go and visit. And so one of my older cousins at the time, he had his own car, and so it was me, him, and one other cousin. My brother was around, my baby brothers, and their brothers as well. And so I don't even remember, but we ended up, it was me and my two older cousins, and the one that drove, it was just me, it was just us three. And so we were actually heading to his mom's, because she was the one hosting the Christmas that year. And so I don't remember where were we. I think we were coming from our other cousin's house, and I have to say names. So, but my cousin Tevis, he was like a couple years older than me, and then there was our other cousin Damon, who was the one that was driving at the time. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think we were at Tevis's house, and everybody else had already went over to our aunt's, which was Damon's mom's house, Auntie Martha. And so the plan was Damon was going to pick us up, and then we were going to head over there, make the drive to go over to his house for Christmas. Well, I remember it distinctly because it was snowing that day. It snowed that night. And so the funny thing was this. The funny thing was that it was cold. I'll never forget it. It was cold. And so we were in the car, trying to warm up or whatever. And so the drive to get to his mom's was, and I apologize if I can't remember what town Auntie Martha lived in. I apologize. It was a place that she lived in for many, many years. But, just the older cousins hanging out and, cracking jokes on each other. And, it was nighttime, it was dark. Well, it started to snow. And I do remember a phone call coming in like, well, when are y'all on y'all's way? Because it's really getting bad out here. You guys need to hurry up and, head on over. And so we were taking the drive. And, had a couple of bridges to cross or whatnot. Well, needless to say, we made it to Auntie's house. However, our cousin Damon got it in his head like, hey man, let me see if I can, he wanted to, because it was snow on the ground, so he wanted to see how good his car was. So he decided he was going to go ahead and, rather than just pull into the house, into the driveway, he wanted to go around and then pull in. So what he decided to do was, and where her house was set up, basically, there was like, to go to the backyard, it kind of went down a little bit of a hill on both sides. So his idea was he could drive his car. I want to say, I think he had a Monte Carlo. I don't ask me what year, but I'm assuming it was like a 80 something, nice little color. And so he decided that, yeah, man, he says, no worries, he says, I'm going to go down and then just come around the other side. He's like, you want to drive through the snow? We're like, oh yeah, it's going to be fun. So we go down, and he's like, just kind of like driving all fast and everything. He drove around for a little bit before he just ultimately tried to come back up the hill. So when I tell you he tried to come back up the hill, it didn't work. And he was like, oh man. We were like, what? What's wrong? He's like, I can't get up the hill. He's like, you guys gonna have to get out and push. What? It's cold, it's snowing, and you could just see the tracks, on the side of the house where he was trying to because first he was just trying to just gun it and just try to get enough momentum. But with the snow and everything, it just kept slipping. So he was like, hey, you guys gonna have to get out and push. He's like, just push and I'll get up the hill. And we were like, what? So originally the way he was trying to get up, he couldn't get up there. And so one of us was like, hey, why don't you go back the way you came? Because it doesn't look that bad as far as the slope. The steep didn't look that high. So he turns back around. And so me and Tevis are both like, all right, we'll push on 3, So he starts driving, gets some momentum, and then we both behind him, pushing. We're teenagers, young teenagers at the time. So, of course, I guess you could say we had a little bit of strength, trying to push this car up a hill with snow, and it's continuing to snow, and he's like, come on, guys, gotta push. Come on, guys. Now, I'm thinking to myself, this is some bull. What? He should be out pushing. One of us should be driving. But you know what, though? Somehow, somewhere we did it. And we got him up the hill, and he just was able to go ahead and pull into the driveway and park. Do you know we didn't say anything to any of the adults because we didn't want to get in trouble. So we came up with this story that we actually got stuck. What happened was when we were driving and the road was too slippery, and we slipped off the road and went down behind the house. Hey, the story worked. The story worked up until one point. The story worked up until the cops came to the house. Yes. The cops got called on us because the neighbor next door said somebody was driving in their backyard. And so I don't know what else the neighbor told them. And I was just like, we were like, no, that's not what happened. You know, adults had our back, so that was a good thing. But apparently the neighbor, he was just you could say he was a Grinch for sure. And so I don't think he liked the kids either, so that was the other thing. But the cops came there, and I remember the adults were so mad because they were like, you know, talking about how the cops were flashing their lights in the house and everything and whatever, you know. But needless to say, we didn't get in trouble, but it was definitely it was kind of a fun adventure. And then I remember when the cops left, all three of us were in Damon's room just talking about it, and he was like, man, I can't believe the cops came. We couldn't believe it either. We were just all three of us were just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe that happened. Cannot believe it, but it did. So, but anyways, it was a good experience, and I'll never forget it. Needless to say, it wasn't the last time I ended up pushing a car, but hey, definitely made for a great memory. So anyways, hope you guys have a safe holiday, a wonderful Christmas, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then,